Alright guys, welcome back to class. In our previous classes, we've been able to um, achieve certain things in our CorelDraw classes for both beginners and professionals alike, as it's earlier stated. So this class is basically not, it's not just for beginners alone. It's for those who are also into the business of design. You can learn one or two, or your comments can assist one or two persons also watching this video. Even me, you can assist me too. Alright, so we all learn together. In teaching others, we also learn. We teach ourselves in the same vein. So we stopped at in our previous class. Just in case you're new to this channel, we've been able to, to discuss on menu bar, the classic menu bar, the standard toolbar, and a property toolbar. And before this class, we dealt on the toolbar itself. We dealt on the toolbar, and we were able to deal with number one, pick tool, shape tool, crop, zoom tool, and then we also dealt with where the breathing stopped. We dealt with the okay. We're supposed to continue from the artistic the artistic media tool. We've dealt with the pen tool as well. So today we are starting from the artistic media tool. What is this artistic media? In the way of definition, um, artistic media tool is a revolutionary result of Corel powerful line feature, which is now called presets. Okay, in a simple term, what it does, this media tool surrounds your draw lines with specific preset vector objects, and it can quickly change the look of a simple object text, or text, or even a line into a state of any art design you want, any art graphic art you want. I'll show you what that means. I'll show you all of those are big dramas. In this channel, we try as much as we can be very practical and not just dealing on theories. We'll be more practical. Okay, so let's bounce straight into practice and see what this guy does. Right. Assuming I didn't know what it does, so I'll work as if I didn't know now. Now, when you click on the artistic media tool, if let's draw a line and see what comes up. This looks like a simple line, so just messing up with your whole page and all of that. But when you leave it, see what comes up. You see, this is what comes up. Beautiful, right? Now you have options. You can choose to leave it at this, or you can come in terms of the texture. You can pick any of these, and there are varieties of them. You can scroll down. Oh, you see, you can take these and all of that. If when you're going through online, if you're looking for frame frame type to use for maybe somebody's logo or a picture or a design, you always see what are this frame called? Okay, when I get the name, when I remember the name, I'll tell you. They come in flowery shape, and sometimes it's difficult to deal with them, especially when you want to use it to trace them because a problem. But if you use this artistic media tool, it's very easy. You can achieve that in the shortest possible time. So assuming I click that and I did this, you see what happens. So it involves a careful sketch. If I wanted to do something like this, it involves a careful sketch. So imagine I want to do something like this. So you see what I've done. So I can decide to then dress it. Just dress it, make it look very beautiful, and what have you see what it's turning into. Yeah, see what it's turning into, and all of that. So it's a wonder. It's a wonder what this guy can do. If I wanted to correct that, just work on it a little bit and possibly just take it off and all of that. It's a wonder what this guy can do. So that's for the artistic media. So there's a lot of things it does. A lot of things it does. It has its own option. There's a spray button for it, and this is what comes out. This is broken line, and then you can choose your line option. Is it this one you want to use? See, it changes it by itself, or is it this one? You can scroll down to choose which you actually want to use. Okay, something like this, and all of that. You can choose to pick on this one, the sprayer, um, and draw a line and see what that does to us. Hold on, my system is overloaded with softwares. Because sometimes you encounter these things, right? Don't be in a panic. It will come up. So this is what the sprayer does. You can change its color. I think you can change the color. Yes, you can change the color from this to this and all of that. this can, in case your drawings want to draw like a fire, you can use this like a fire effect. Yes, this looks like a fire. Looks like a fire. All right. Okay, so if we go back there, we have the calligraphic pen. Okay, something like this. Wow, isn't this awesome? Let me see if I can spell my name with this. Say M-A. Wow, 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 wow. M-A. Okay, M-A. Okay, let's continue. T-T. T-T. H-E. And W. And I just cross my T's. Wow, this is lovely. This is nice. This is nice. Okay, so that's what the calligraphy pen does. Then if you go back to expression, which is the last of this option, you see it's very, the dot is very tiny. The dot is quite tiny, so you have to pay keen attention to it. You have to pay keen attention to your stroke width. I think you can increase it here, and the dot is very tiny, so okay, it's bigger now. Wow, so you see, you can even still use that to spell my name, to try a name, M-A, and all of that. I think a lot of designers use these things to make a mess of our work, to make a mess of our work. When we look at their work, we'll be like, ah, how did this man arrive at this point? As we go forward, I'll show you one other trick about this thing. Alright, so that's for the artistic media tool. Now underneath it, there's a drop down menu, which is we've dealt with this, and the live sketch. The live sketch. What is this live sketch all about? What is this live sketch all about? I'll show you in a jiffy. Now, while using the artistic media tool, it is important to bear in mind that not all design, I repeat, not all design can should you apply these things on. Sometimes the client may not want it, so you have to be careful when using it. The live sketch tool. The live sketch tool offers the simplicity and speed of it makes your freehand drawing to be simple and also give you speed. And then the strokes are very intelligent. They are very beautiful strokes. They come out clean, and the adjustment are they guarantee adjustment and drawings of vectors as well. Okay, so it's very important to use them. So let's practice and see what that means. Okay, so you see freehand sketch. Wow, live sketch, I beg your pardon. So if we do something like this is what comes out of it. This is what comes out of it. Ornament. Yes, I wanted to say ornament. You can use this to draw ornaments. If you're drawing ornamental shapes for frames and whatever, you can use them. If I wanted to draw ornament, I just something like this, and ooh la, and then it gives me this. So you see, so you can apply it as much as you want. Okay, now the next tool there will be our rectangle tool. As you know, I'll explain that. It's just a box. Just a box, equal size, equal sides of the box, and whatever you can decide to draw yours without the control key. If you don't press any control key, you can go this way, can go this way, click and drag, can go this way, can go any way depending on what you want to do. Alright, but if you're using the control key, you get something like a perfect shape. Either way you're drawing to become the perfect shape. If you're going like this, it becomes a perfect shape. Alright. So that's for the rectangle tool, which the shortcut actually F6, and the 3-point rectangle. The 3-point rectangle. You see, isn't this lovely? Wow. So I wanted to draw it this other way like this. I want to go like this. I have to click first and I'll drag. Ensure that it's on a straight line if you want something straight. And when you leave it, this is what you get. This is what you get. Alright. So I believe that explains a lot about this guy. It explains a lot about him, bros. It's enough, man. It explains a lot about this guy. So beneath it is our eclipse tool. Our ellipse tool rather. Our ellipse tool is a perfect circle, and it also has a 3-point ellipse. 3-point ellipse, the same thing as where we're coming from. Talking about the rectangle, the 3-point rectangle, 3-point rectangle, and this one is a 3-point ellipse tool. So it's the same application. the same application. Of course, should be the next should be okay. There's a drop down button there. Okay, I just explained that. The next should be our shape tool. I'm sorry about that. Our polygon tool with the shortcut Y. Polygon. Polygon is a five angle what's it called again? A five-sided shape. Okay, polygon. We have octagon, we have hexagon, and we have triangle. Okay, polygon is five-sided shape. So if you want to draw that, of course you have to click and then you drag. Now this has five sides: one, two, three, four, five. I could simply increase this to 6 by coming to this point or sides. If I increase it to 6, I'll have something like this. The 7, it goes 8, it goes up 9, it goes up 10, and so on and so forth. So this is it. So if I can still reduce it back to this. I can change my line width. Assume I want it to be thicker, I can bring it to 2.0. I can bring it to 8.0 to be more thicker, and then I can reduce it and all what have you. Now the beauty of this guy is that if you see this node here, if I drag this node, whatever I do here will affect all of these nodes. It will affect all of the angles. It will affect all of the angles. So if I use my shape tool to do that, if I drag it there, all of them will move at the same time. As I'm going, see, it's turned into a star. See, isn't this beautiful? This is a beauty. This can stand in for a logo. This can actually stand in for a logo. You'll be amazed at the things that freak some clients. This can stand in for a logo. Alright. So if you go back there, you can maneuver it as much as you want to. This is a star. You see? Wow. You see? These two can stand in as a logo, or this other way around. You see? You can tweak this as well. Yeah, this is lovely. You can tweak these as well. Any point you want to tweak it. So it's a beautiful tool. I'm learning. I'm just discovering certain things that I didn't know was possible with this. Okay, so what it means is, what I'm trying to explain is that whatever you do to any of this node, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, why it is still in this form, this shape, why it is still in this format rather, it will affect every part of it. For instance, if I come here and I say I want to work on this edge and say I want to make it this guy, the moment I drag, it affects every part of it. If I bring it down, it affects every part of it. So anything you do to any of these nodes here, these are called nodes. Whatever you do to them affects the rest of them all together. So I hope you understood that. Now beneath that you have the star. The star. The star. This is simple. It's a star. Oftentimes to draw this star manually is a problem. So I'd rather we just use this. I could just come here and pick my star and let the whole world rest. I can increase my angles and increase my edges, my star to this is a five angle star. I can make it a 6 angle star, 6 angle, 7 angle, or what have you. I don't know if you've seen this ring they use for when I design certificate. That ring they put certified inside. This is how it's done. It's just simply you increase it. This is one of the ways it's done. Anyway, that a lot of ways it's done. I'll show you that as we continue. Increase this, and then I can just come look for a red dot. Yes, this is a red dot. Let's zoom closer and see what we're doing. Okay, this is, I think we're close enough. Good. Go to your shape tool. When you pick your shape tool, you find a red node. What this means is that this is the editing point. Okay, this is your better editing point. So if you drag up, you take it up. You remember this now. This looks like something that's very familiar. If I change this color now to red, and I can have something like this, voila. Then assuming I was drawing a certificate for somebody, I can just come and do something like this. 1, 2. Now I believe it should be making sense to you now. You should understand where we are going to now. And I just join them together. Okay, I can duplicate this and just bring them together like this and like this. If I turn these two to blue or any color, when I take them to back, you see my ribbon is set. It is not a ribbon, it is a ribbon. This is a ribbon. So that's it. That's what that guy does. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. This is our star. We're at star, 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 star. To make matters just simple, you go back, just double click and type 5 on your keyboard and enter. It brings it down to 5 to start. Right underneath that, we have spiral. I did a job for a client once with this. I was struggling with it until I found out this too. This spiral. I can also increase my number of spin. I can increase my number of spin. We have 4 here. I can make it 20. So if I make it 20, it should increase. Don't know why it's not increasing. Okay, I guess that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on, let's find it. All right. Well, anyways, you can actually increase it. This is where it should increase. I don't know why it's not doing so now. My system is messing up. So that's for spiral. That's a spiral. That's what it does. You can take it out, and then the next should be common shapes. This common shape, when you click on it, nothing actually happens here. So all you need to do is to come up here, perfect shapes, choose the shape that you want to draw. You should choose your shape. Then if you click on this drop down button, you see you have tons and tons and tons of shape which you can pick from and then properly use. If you want to, as you want to use this, you can just do this, and there we go. All right. So the next will be our text. Let's go back to, let's return all of this to our default so we don't get confused. Ensure you do this when you're done, because these are the basic tools that you will likely use. Okay, that's okay. Polygon, let's get a polygon. Now this is our text. Text is just how are you, what are you doing, the regular writings you do. All right, so it gives you there's practically no design you will do, practically no design that you will do that you will not add text to it. Text should be added, must, as a matter of fact, be added almost in almost all the designs. Okay, so we type. That's why as a graphic designer, it's also important that you must learn how to type fast, because sometimes you could be given a magazine to design and they just give you the hard copy in a handwritten format, and you have to type it. That's if you don't have a staff that can type it for you and you don't want to send it out to a typist to type it for you. You have to type it yourself. So when you click on it, you can start to type whatever you want to type. How are you, and how are you doing? Oh, that's wrong. How are you doing? So this is my text. If I wanted to work with this now, I can just break it into bits, Ctrl K, or let's say I highlight all of them and change them. Remember this, change them to uppercase, and just change all of them to uppercase. You highlight all of them and you come to text, click on this text and change your case. You have sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, title case, and turbo case. I want to use uppercase. So you see, I can change my font into, choose any particular font I want to, choose any particular font I want to, and then let's say I want to use, let's just use this for the purpose of the class. I want to use this guy. All right, so here we go. So I can just play with this man and say, how are you? So that's the essence of texting. That's the essence of texting. And I can bring it down and then tweak it as much as I want. Just tweak it, keep tweaking it till I can just play around with this text depending on what I want to do and what I have in mind. How are you doing? And just like that, and tweak it. These are my text now. They're working magic for me, huh? So you see, I can I can I can decide to change my colors um, to whatever color choices I want to use. So that's for text. That's for text. All right, there's a drop down button underneath the text. If you go down there, you have tables. To insert tables, simply click on it, and then you drag, you drag. So I'll do a special video on this table because it is very complex. It's very complex. Okay, but let me just give you a preview of it now. These are the rows and these are the columns. I can add my columns, I can add my rows, and I can add my columns, I can add my rows. These are my line options. If I want to change my color, the line to red, just okay, for the whole of the box rather to red, I can change it to red and water view. So the line option is here rather. Excuse me. I think this should be the outline. Yes, this should be my outline. This should be my outline. And then the width, continue to the width, increase the texture of the width. And then if you understand Microsoft a lot, I'll do a video on Microsoft so that we can borrow the knowledge from there and apply here. So that's that for text. That's that for text. And then okay, so we can take this out. I barely use this on CorelDraw because if I want to do a table, I just go to Microsoft Word and do my table and then import it to CorelDraw. I'll show you how to do that. So it helps the work, it makes the work easier and faster for me. So now let's go back, let's drop it at our default text. Now the next tool on our toolbar is the parallel dimension tool. Now let me show you what this does. Let me show you what this does. Let's pick a circle for instance and eclipse and do like this. And I want to know the dimension between the distance from this node to this node. I want to know the distance. Maybe because I want to use this for something else. Okay, let's say I want to use it to size this guy to ensure that this guy can travel from here to here, and I don't want to do it like this. I just want to do it manually. So what do? If I click on this guy, okay, it's highlighted, and I click on my circle, it will take me to this point, and I'll click here. If I bring it like this, click while my hand is still on my left click, and I drag. The distance is 0.21. 0.21. That's it, 0.21. So it's giving me a typical that if I want to extend these guys up or down, whatever distance I must achieve to be at the middle point must be 0.21. So it's majorly for calculation. You see, 0.21 is majorly for calculation. All right, so that's what it does. As I said, most of these things you have to practice yourself, and you try all of these yourself, and whatever difficulties you have, you can drop them in the comment section, and I will be glad to help. I will be glad to help, and I'll also be glad to learn from you as well. Okay, next is to be a connector. You barely use this connector. Okay, it's almost the same thing as the previous guy, so there's no big deal in that. Now let's talk about these two guys. Okay, let's talk about 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is very important. Now this is a transparent. I draw shadow tool. Let me duplicate this. Okay, let's close it a little bit. This is a drop shadow tool. What does it mean? Now this text is on red. Let's take this out as well. This text is colored red. Assuming I wanted to make it white, it is called that it has gone missing. But it doesn't mean the text is still there, but it's gone missing. So how, just in case I wanted to do a design and the client said he wants it on a white background and he wants the text to be white, you'll be like, but the text will not show. He said it will show. So this is how you do it. You can achieve this in two ways. One, either you duplicate this by copy it and paste it, and then change one of them to a dark color and take it to the background. So you see, or maybe do it like this. It's showing now that it is that what's there is how, or excuse me, or you can use the drop shadow, put your cursor on one of the nodes, right, left click and drag till the end of it. So this is what you have. Then you can make your adjustment because it's way out of a text. You can make your adjustment and then increase your shadow droppings. So by this now, you have a white text and a white background, and the text is still very legible. Another way to achieve this, assuming the client wants that to be on the white background and the white text, is just to change your outline. Give it an outline. But oftentimes this comes with a problem. Like I said, the white text, you're giving me a black outline. So if that's what the person wants, doesn't want an outline, simply just do, just create, what's it called again? Create the drop shadow for him or her, and you should be glad you did. It shows how professional you are. You can maneuver situation and come out of difficult corners. All right. So in our next video, I'll be treating or dealing on this guy. We'll to start from the drop shadow. Start from the drop shadow again. I said we're going to divide the class into three segments. We've done two already, so we'll be dealing on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's in our next video. We'll be treating the drop shadow tool and its other sub tool, the transparent tool. We'll also treat the color eyedropper tool, and we'll also treat the interactive fill tool, and of course we'll treat the add colors to color palette. Alright, thank you very much. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and always click on the notification bell if you're a newcomer, so that whenever I drop the new next video, you'll be first to know about it. Please try and share this channel link with other friends who are interested in graphic design class, and tell them what is going on here. Thank you very much again. My name is Martin Thomas, and I'm your favorite designer, and this is graphics.com. Bye for now.